So they're going to indict Trump, right? It's a big story today, as of last night. They're going to indict him. I guess they're trying to perp walk him next week. DeSantis says he won't extradite. Trump's lawyer, some chick, seen her last night on Tucker Carlson, she's telling Trump to go face the music, go up to New York, go turn himself in, blah, blah, blah. So, it's a problem with this country. One of the big problems with this country is everybody's in compliance with tyranny. There's no defiance, only compliance with the tyranny. So, you get set up in a banana republic. You got the Florida governor willing to stick his neck out there and say there will be no extradition, but, you know, you got some goofy-ass, long-neck white chick from probably from New York, that's your lawyer, and she's going to tell you to go turn yourself in on Monday. Get the fuck out of here. Fucking clown show. So, that's just that. Everybody on the radio, everybody on the news today, pretty much, is all lock, stock, and barrel. On the Dems, same shit. Everybody's saying the same shit, parroting the same shit. Everybody on the right's parroting the same shit. Everybody's saying Trump's gonna win in a landslide now because of this, blah, blah, blah. The voting is fake, but that's neither here nor there. But he's gonna just trounce Biden. Biden hasn't even announced that he's running, but I guess that's neither here nor there either. But let's just say hypothetically this pushes Trump over the finish line before we even started the race. He wins in a landslide, gets back in there. He's done nothing. He did nothing before to gut the FBI and the CIA and all these secret societies. He did nothing to shut them down or clean them out. So that's just been allowed to fester for another 4 years. People that are basically communist terrorists are allowed to make threats, are allowed to provoke violence, are allowed to use violence against their political opponents. And so really what I only got a couple minutes here. Really what I wanted to get down, I think Civil War is back on the table. They've got it ginned up enough to where the left really wants to fight the right and the right really wants to fight the left. And then, it just is what it is. But you have the godless people versus the people that fear God. You could do it like that. I mean, you could strike us into a million different tribes if you want, but I'm just trying to be cut and dry here so I can only get to where I'm going to explain that under Obama, a lot of this racial tribalism bullshit started and was, only reinforced through through these couple Biden years. And so in my estimated, educated, uneducated opinion, I believe, just for the sake of argument, Trump gets back in there, landslide victory. He's, this is what puts him over the top. No one's even close, right? Doesn't matter that we're tired of the dog and pony show. The dog and pony show is going to come. It's going to keep going. We participate. We keep the faith alive in this system that we're living within. So Trump gets back in. In my opinion, you can have an insurgency like you've never seen before, and it might be a communist tranny insurgency, a bunch of fags running around and but the CIA, the these secret societies, for years, for decades, they've went into other countries, they've created instability, they've armed certain factions of the population and turned them against the other part of the population. And so they've done that in country after country after country after country. They've got it down so good. They're so fucking good at it. Causing instability, coming up with a solution for the problem they created, arming, a section against, anybody that's against the American interest. So that experiment, that training, that exercise continues now now here in America, where the CIA, the FBI, DHS, all these bureaucracies, all these secret societies are arming and fomenting war between two factions of people in America that are not communists. And so in my estimation, my opinion, if I don't think this pushes Trump over the top. I don't really even think we're getting to another election, but say we do, there's no fucking way Trump's winning. There's just no way. And if you say that, yeah, he is, and blah, 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 then you're just forgetting that they cheated their fucking asses off in 2020 and 2022. Nobody stopped them. Nobody did anything to hold them accountable for cheating. So just not going to cheat this next time around? Get the fuck out of here. People in America are so... You're on too many drugs. Pick one drug that you could stay on and halfway pay attention in life. Doing too many drugs. Just stick to one drug and remain a little bit, remain a little bit aware of your situation and the surroundings, because I'm just using the hypothetical Trump does win. You think what they did in 2020 and leading up to 2020 was bad? What do you think they're going to do now? They have a free pass. They have the federal government behind the communist movement, arming and training and teaching, and at the very least, just fomenting and riling them up, winding them up like the wind-up toys they are. You can't think for themselves. They never thought a day in their lives for themselves. And so you have all the secret societies, the bureaucracies of America aimed and pointed at turning the communists on or into an insurgency, a civil war against their own, I'd say brothers and sisters, but we're not very much brothers and sisters anymore. So who was that? I didn't see it. Who was that? What up, Liberty for All? Nothing much, man. Just heading out to work, going to a Klan rally to go work. Going out to Klan territory. That's what they say. But those people out there are real nice. I haven't had no problems. So, and I'm a half a wetback, right? You got all this arming and this teaching and this training going on. Heavily funded communists. And what do you think's going to happen if Trump won, say, in this big landslide everybody's predicting? What do you think the communist left does? What do you think? What up, Joseph? What do you think the communist left does to get their point across? I mean, how upset were they just the fact that Trump was going to be running for president? Forget the fact that he could win or was going to win or did win, or just the idea of him on the ticket is enough to upset them and turn them to violence. Have you ever seen a damn tranny shoot up a school full of kids, and then be the victim in the news? I mean, these people are fucking disgusting. People like Whoopi Goldberg, besides that she's physically disgusting, she's a fucking pig. Her thinking and her comments are just as disgusting. What up, Lance Corporal? Yeah, I don't know. Hey, I'm just throwing up lives like I usually do. I got a second here before I run on to my next job, but I figured I'd jump in here, and I was just thinking, and my brain is cooking, is that this really pumps up the base, like they're saying for Trump, but you got to forget they cheated already twice. I mean, they've been cheating, but on the grand scale that they cheated in the last two. So even if, the Republicans, the right, is still going to play by the rules, everybody's going to go out and vote, and then they're going to hold the votes, right? And the Dems, the communists, they're going to come in the middle of the night, and they're going to add whatever numbers they need to push, the corpse of the resident in chief across the finish line. I mean, the fucking guy has handlers where they got to tell him to stand, and he's like, oh, okay. He's like, he's just, an invalid. That's how you say it, right? Invalid? Is there another N in there? But he's physically incapacitated. He's just a fucking carcass, a shell of his once self. Yeah, and I mean, and that's what I'm total agreement with you, Lance Corporal. That's my thing. I mean, regardless, the left is itching for the fight. If they win in 2024, if they lose, it'll be total and utter destruction. Hope everybody's got their war faces on, because their handlers and themselves are totally set on violence against their opposition. Political persecution, violence against their political opponents. They're totally up for it. They're totally game for it. So I just see the end of this year in 2024 getting more violent, getting just more ridiculous day by day. That's just my opinion. And I think, while everybody's kind of circling the wagons today and they're saying, Trump's going to squash everybody now because of this indictment, there's so many things that could happen from now to then that they could do to him, and we're not just talking about charges, criminal charges. I mean, even if they can get him locked up in a damn Manhattan jail for a night, wasn't Epstein locked up somewhere in Manhattan and he had an accident? These guys, they're hellbent. They're evil. They're pure evil, regardless of whatever we think about Trump and anybody else that's running on the right. The politics, the races, all of it is nonsense. It's all show. It's all theater. But there's real ramifications when it comes to people that are just trying to fucking go to work, feed their kids, take their kids to school and school activities and shit like that. And how can you do that, when violence is rampant, when Obama and Biden have set in motion an insurgency? The CIA, the FBI, all these other secret groups have set in motion and have laid the groundwork for there to be an insurgency on the left. They want us to be a third world nation. I talked about the other day, I'll just be short about it, but just kind of rehashing what I said the other day. It's kind of where I came from. Is you have all these internet bums I talked about the other day. The first sign of trouble or whatever, they run off to Mexico. They fucking abandon their post and run off base and go run to Mexico or wherever. And I talked about those are the lowest guys, right? The internet bums that fucking are on there e-begging for money every day. I mean, they run chats and people pay their bills sending these people super chats, those internet bums. But at the very highest levels also in America, people that are supposedly patriots, the CIA and the FBI guys and stuff like that, their plan is to get the fuck out of America as soon as the shit hits the fan. So you have all the rats abandoning the ship. You got all the rats abandoning the ship, going wherever they're going to go. All the way from the internet bums at the bottom, all the way to the top guys up in the CIA. And they're doing interviews, so, don't take my word for it. Go listen to the interviews of two CIA ex-operators talking about they both got plans to get out of America when America falls. So there's no love for this country. There's no love for the Constitution, for the constitutional republic. There's no love for it. There's some of us that love it. There's some of us that love America and love what it stands for and love the Constitution and our God-given rights secured within that Constitution. There's some of us that love that, but there's a bunch of rats that are jumping ship. That's number one. Number two, the groups behind the scenes are radicalizing, weaponizing, and setting in motion an insurgency. So my whole thing is if Trump, landslides across the thing, when this whole thing, Trump is going to landslide it or whatever happens, well then how do you think the communist left is going to react to that? Jason Whitlock last night on Tucker Carlson said, look, they're itching for the fight. They're itching for the fight. Talking about the left, they're itching for the fight. like at some point we got to get it on, let it happen. You know, I don't think there's nothing wrong with that. I think the pussified version of the right has engulfed and swallowed the whole opposition to communism. You know, it's like, you know, every time they say something at the end of it, they got to mention, well, don't go out there and be violent. We're not the left, this, that, and the other. And it's like, you're going to meet violence. You know, the left is handing out violence, and you're going to meet it with fucking peace and poppy flowers, you know, or whatever, you know. I don't know, whatever that fucking saying or whatever that, you know, maybe poppy flowers ain't the best one to say, but, you know, we're going to meet it with the daisy and the gun barrel, or whatever the flower they stuck in the gun barrel back in the 60s or 70s or whatever it was. You know what I mean? We're going to meet violence with peace and love. And, you know, there's that schism, that tear along the people that are on the right. You have a bunch of people, and I'm telling you right now, take, for example, the people of Arkansas, as opposed to even the people from Missouri. Maybe southern Missouri people feel a lot like the people in Arkansas, but the people of Missouri, you know, just north of the South, what up, Wrangler, the Yankees, the fucking Yankees up there in Missouri, they don't think like the people in Arkansas. The people in Arkansas collectively, and I talk to a lot of people, and if anybody knew what I do, would say, damn, Tony's got his finger on the pulse of Arkansas, because I drive all over this fucking state. I talk to people from all walks of life all over this state, and everybody is on the same page. Fuck you motherfuckers. Let's get it on. We fucking been ready. We don't need shit from you. Cut off our water, cut off our food, cut off whatever the fuck you think you're gonna cut off, because we don't give a fuck down here. We don't give a fuck about DC. We don't give a fuck about all the fucking Yankee fucks around this country. And that's a collective barometer, I guess. Maybe that's not the word. That's a collective opinion that I've noticed here in Arkansas, is pretty much everybody's on the same page. There's outliers, I'm sure, but I haven't met any, but everybody is the same way. Fuck you, I don't need shit from you, leave us the fuck alone. But if you want to get froggy, oh motherfucker, I'm a frog leg eating motherfucker. And that's pretty much the community census here in Arkansas. And there's other states like that. I'd argue Alabama's probably a lot like that. Probably some of the folks in Georgia. I see a lot of the states changing and going real left, so I can't really vouch for any other states, and I don't live in those states, but I can tell you right now, Arkansas just ain't having it. And so when I moved here, I knew people were like that, and you know, people are self-sufficient out here. They don't want shit. They don't want to be bothered. You know, they just want to be left alone to work and raise their families. And when you get in the way of that, it's kind of like, well, fucking bring it on then. So that's kind of the overall temperature of the room here in Arkansas. So everybody that's I guess sitting this one out, I mean, either way, somehow, some way, everybody's going to be in it sooner or later, because as fast as this shit is falling apart, as fast as and as hyped up as the left is to commit violence on anybody and everybody, hell yeah, Wrangler. I mean, I agree. I mean, I agree. They don't they don't make it any better for themselves. They made it worse on themselves, and they, you know, reinvigorated the bottom, but we still have to do something about the cheating. And then, even if, I'm going along with you guys, even if Trump wins, right? Trump wins in a landslide, Trump wins by a bit, whatever, Trump wins. What do you think the repercussions will be on the other end? There will be so much violence, there will be so much fire and brimstone and just nonstop violence until an actual civil war breaks out. I mean, they won't stop. They will not be stopped. They're being funded. They're being trained. They're being indoctrinated. They're being incentivized. They're not being held accountable if they commit crimes, so they know they can do whatever they want to the people on the right, and they're not going to be held accountable. They can literally get away with murder. They can shoot up whatever. The one black dude shot up wherever it was it in California or whatever? The black dude shot up, I can't remember where the fuck it was, but black dude shot the shit up, and the motherfucker got out on bail for doing a mass shooting. So the same rules don't apply. So you have to get this naive vision out of your head that it's like Trump wins and then fucking, he's going to clean house. He's not going to do anything. He cannot do anything. The president cannot do anything to clear out the CIA, the FBI, all these black ops, deep black ops, where all this money, American taxpayer money, goes down the rabbit holes. Those cannot be shut down. Those will not be shut down. And the people that control all that, the people that have the keys to that, they all align with the communist left. So it's a uphill battle, and I'm not saying all this to sound like a defeatist. I feel just like Jason Whitlock said last night. They want it until it's gonna happen, and then okay, fine, let it happen. It doesn't make you a warmonger. It doesn't make you whatever. If the fucking wolves are coming and eating your fucking chickens every night, your sheep, whatever, every night they're coming and they're just picking one off, they're picking two off, whatever. You just sit there and you just let them wipe out your whole flock, your whole deal, or do you go out there and stop the evil from doing what it does? That's always, the question. I mean, it's just a natural reaction, but I'm just commenting. I'm being a commentator on what I see is going on. That's all I'm doing. I take no positions, because I already took my position. Anybody's been watching me for a long time, I've taken my position on all this for 12 years, 13 years, whatever it's been. I've taken my position on all of it. So now I'm just here as a fucking reporter that cusses, and I'm just telling you what is happening, what is going to happen, and where it's, where it's going to happen, where it's going from where it's going. So, what do you guys think? I try to do these videos so people can be kind of interactive and interact with each other, and maybe do some VRs, maybe do something better than I'm doing, say something. I mean, fuck, this thing's such an echo chamber now that nobody will even do a video for or against or nothing, So, I mean, it's the only way we're going to, I think, stick together is to have these conversations. What up, Destro? What else I got here? I gotta run into the store. But what up, Wrangler? What up, Lance Corporal? Liberty for all. I got some work to do today, then it's a little bit of work tomorrow, and then chill for the weekend, and then hopefully get some more shit done next week. Everything is going too damn slow, but all we can do is dig in. But I want to put the question out there, or to me, I don't think it's a question, but it's a question out there to people, what their take is, what do they think's going to happen, besides just Trump's gonna win in a landslide. Well, all right, what's the repercussions from the communist left that will never be held accountable for, hurting or maiming or doing anything like that to their political opposition? They won't be, if you guys really knew how much Obama and Biden really set all this radicalized shit in motion, and then their secret societies, their handlers behind the scenes, arming and training and indoctrinating the communist left. So let me know what y'all think. What do you think's gonna happen if Trump is indicted, or he is indicted, if he turns himself in, if he doesn't turn himself in? Where do we go from here? What happens if Trump wins? What do y'all think? Holler at me. Let me know.